Yo, what's going on guys? SpaceKong here, and that intro was hype! And it was created by one of our own Kongpanions. So first I'd like to give a shout out to Minus. Thank you so much for the intro, dude. It is pretty awesome. So in this video we're going to be talking about what if the Vampire Lord skill line was added to the Elder Scrolls Online. And I don't mean the vampire that's already out. I mean the Vampire Lord from Skyrim. If you've ever played that game, you could transform into a bat-like creature with wings, and it'd give you like a whole new set of skills that you can use. Much like the werewolf in Elder Scrolls Online, where you transform and then you have like a limited time, but you have a completely new skill set to use. Well, it may happen, it may not. It's not been confirmed. However, I will let you do the deciding on your own, based on the evidence I'm going to provide you. So, if you guys remember on April Fool's, and yeah, stay with me here, it was April Fool's when this came out, there was a add-on which released a quest, which was the Harvest Map Addon. They released a quest which basically you get this rod which transforms you into anything, like any kind of skin or transformation or something from the Elder Scrolls Online. And being that, it has to be a model that's already existing in the game. So when this happened, we got the Kaguti mount, the new one, which hasn't actually been released yet. It's the black one with red eyes, you know, like they have the Doomwolf mount with it's black with the red eyes and stuff. It had that, so you could preview it, and it wasn't even out on the public test server. There was also another mount, which was the Black Elk, which also had the black with the red eyes, much like the Doomwolf mount. And these have been confirmed to be released soon. However, there was one more model which was released, and I will show you that. So I'd like to give a shout out to Irella, who allowed me to use her footage, as she did capture the event on recording, whereas I didn't. I did the event and then it kind of took me by surprise, so I didn't realise that there was going to be some weird transformations and stuff, so I didn't bother recording it. But yeah, she's nice enough to let me use it, so you should definitely go check out her channel. And she's also one of our fellow Kongpanions. So bear in mind that even though it's an add-on who make the quests, and it is an April Fool's event, but they can't use any models which doesn't already exist within the Elder Scrolls game. So this means that the models were created by ZeniMax. So upon activating the quest, you have a weird transformation, and it's not a complete model, so it looks like they're working on it still. Does this look familiar to you? I mean, besides like being made out of bubblegum, you see the wings and you see the claws, which are a trait for the Vampire Lord. So if you look at the feet, it kind of looks like there's points to it. And with the Vampire Lord in Skyrim, you had the same sort of thing, except obviously you weren't pink, you obviously had the colour added to it. But the nails, the long claws, which was for one of the attacks for the Vampire Lord, actually, where it would be a stamina based move where you would actually claw them. For the wings, those wings look exactly the same. Like, I mean, down to the fact that they look really thin and they have a bat-like claw on the top of it. If you see just at the top, there's a little hook on each side. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it looks in Skyrim, especially with the under part of the wing. You could see like the bones coming down. However, the model doesn't look quite complete yet, because obviously the Vampire Lord was a bit more muscular and their head was a lot different, because in this picture the head does look very human-like and very normal, whereas in Skyrim the head looked very... well, it looked a lot like this. And if you compare this to the bubblegum image that you saw earlier, you'd see the wings are exactly the same, so are the claws on the hands, and the feet, when you have the 3-point claws, it looks very, very similar. And the human-like body, yeah, okay. The only difference is the head, whereas this head's less humanoid, and the pink picture, it looks very humanoid. But they may change that, because it's an incomplete model. They don't have any colour on the skin or anything. However, in between most Elder Scrolls games, if you were to go from the Elder Scrolls 3 Vampire and put that to the Elder Scrolls 4 and then the Elder Scrolls 5 Vampire, they all have very different traits and they do look very different. So what's to say that the Elder Scrolls Online Vampire Lord wouldn't look a little bit different from the Elder Scrolls V Vampire Lord, as a lot of the lore books do state that there are different types of vampires. Some vampires don't even drink blood from victims, some of them just eat them whole and things like that. So there's different types of vampires, and this could be a different type of Vampire Lord skill line, like a different bloodline. Now, if this is going to happen, how would it work? Would it be like the werewolf transformation where you would have a timer? Or would it be like in Skyrim where you would transform into the Vampire Lord and you wouldn't have a limited time? You could stay in a Vampire Lord as much as you want. But I guess that wouldn't really work in this game. There would have to be some kind of penalty, maybe like the energy overload skill from the mage skill line, where you could save it up and then the more you use that skill, your ultimate depletes. Personally, I think if it was that way, then it would kind of be making the game a little bit shit, because everyone would just walk around in their vampire mode, which would suck. So I would like there to be a time limit if this was going to happen, but it hasn't been confirmed or anything like that. But it's funny how they use random models in the game, and this happens to be one of them. Like, this was created by ZeniMax, because even though it's an add-on, they can't create their own models. They have to use what's already in the game. So this is a very alpha model, so if it was going to come out, then it wouldn't be anytime soon. It looks like it's still in the works. But judging by the features that I showed you when I compared both the Skyrim Vampire Lord and the Elder Scrolls supposed Vampire Lord, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you really enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, then definitely smash that subscribe button. And in doing so, you'll join the Kongpanions! So I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Peace!